Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with the occasional review. Today's video is going to be my setup for 2023 in my Hobonichi weeks. Okay, eventually I'm going to get to all of my planners. I say all of my planners like there's a lot. I feel like it's not that serious, but I want to spend time with each one in case people are interested in that specific planner or journal. Does that make sense? Cool. All right, so for 2022, I used this gorgeous cover by Saul Leiter, and I believe that's how you pronounce it because I watched a documentary and the man in the documentary was very passionate about Saul, so I'm sure he would say his name correctly. This is called Footprints. It's from 1950, and even if you never had the cover, I highly recommend looking up Saul because he's a brilliant photographer that just contributed so much to the photography world. So I love this. I couldn't believe it was a photo at first because it doesn't look like a photo. It really looked like it was just drawn. And I just think that's crazy and also super impressive. Plus his use of color is just amazing. And this is obviously my favorite types of color all in one place. So last year I used this cover. I had a plastic cover on it, and I took what's called the page holder, like this is supposed to hold your place, and turned it into a closure, which I found, I think on Sam's channel was the first person I saw do that. I don't know who originated it, but credit to those people, they're awesome. And then I'd keep my pen here, keep it in place, and this was amazing. I'm really sorry about the ring light, but again, it's winter in Colorado. This place is a dungeon and we're working with what we got. So yeah, this worked out really well. My pen never fell out. This was a beautiful thing. I threw it in my purse and it worked so well. This is a very slim version in comparison because this is just the, what are we calling this? The standard Hobonichi weeks, and of course this one is the mega, so more of those blank beautiful pages in the back. This is Tomo river paper, and it's a love-hate relationship, okay, because it doesn't like a lot of different pens, especially, you know, gel. It smears like crazy. I will find a way to smear things. Like, people will tell me about pens. I will try them in here. My niece Haley told me about this one pen. I tried it. I still smeared it. I don't know what my problem is, but I'm a smearer. Hi, my name's Sylvia. I'm a smearer and I need some help. Anyway, so I used this as like an everyday carry. I was planning in here. There was nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it, except for the fact that I get bored. I get super bored and I want to try something else, or I want a different size or whatever. I don't know. So I'm trying to rectify that this year by writing down, what do I need in a bigger size? What can I get away with in a smaller size? And the answer for me is that everyday planning fits well in a Hobonichi weeks. So I decided that I was going to do my everyday carry in a Hobonichi weeks. I know. I originally said that this was going to be my self-care planner. I know. So this little planner for 2022, especially from the middle towards the end, became a commonplace notebook, to be perfectly honest, because I was planning in here, which was fine, and working out, and I was trying out different things, and it wasn't that serious. And then at some point it turned into like random journaling, because that week I didn't plan in here and I felt bad and I wanted to use the pages, and that's fine. I made it like a sticker book at some point where I was just writing down food and random stuff that nobody cares about. And then I went back to planning at some point. And this was working well for me. I had my little, you know, I like my categories. I like a box that says something like books, and then I fill it in. You know, that works. It's like bingo or something for me. It works really well for my brain. If I see a little box with a title, then I will start to do the work that needs to go in that box and fill it in. For some reason, I wasn't always that great at forwarding things. Like, I would do things and forget to check them off. You also. It was weird. I tried my other big boxes of categories here because that just works for my brain so well. And that fit in here too. That you can pack a lot in this little planner. But at some point, let me find it here, I decided I wanted to add color. I liked that too. I even added some beautiful, so there were some washi stickers because it goes really well with this cream colored paper. It just blends very nicely. And I did that for a while. But then I got bored. I wanted to move into something else. I eventually settled in the A6 because I really liked that size. And I started to play around with this a little bit. A little bit. And I decided to give this a go as a reading journal. This was in September of this year. And I wasn't doing it as much because sometimes when you fall off on reading, that happens. And I was just writing some notes. And when I started and finished a book, this was Verity. These were books I was reading with my niece. So I didn't have a lot of notes on the books I was reading with my niece for school. But my own I did. And I really hated it in here. And it looked messy and disgusting. And I didn't even want to show you. And my writing was just getting really bad. It was getting really bad. And I didn't want to love the Hobonichi Tomoe river paper anymore. I said Tomo river paper earlier, and now I'm saying Tomoe. Whatever. I'm going to be consistently wrong and just call it Tomoe river paper then. Anyway, it was just a mess of all of these different things. And I thought, okay, so for a while I thought maybe it was going to be a reading journal. That didn't work. I thought, hey, why not a commonplace notebook? Because I couldn't get that together in a standard what's it called? A standard bullet journal. I just didn't open it enough. I did try that at some point in the, what's it called? The bullet journal edition 2. Do you remember when I set that up for like 3 weeks and you never saw that again? It's because I never opened it again. So now we get back to this. I had originally thought I was going to be doing self-care. I started to set it up a little bit for self-care and decided this is going to be my everyday carry. And labels are hard. And sometimes labels just ruin life. So again, sorry about... I'm going to pull this up to try to get it away from the ring light. But this color, I think, is just called tropical or tropical yellow. I don't know. It's a yellow. It's some type of a yellow. Colors, what are those? So it has 2023 here and then here, and it's in silver and it's beautiful. Now I thought that if I bought a color I didn't care for, which is yellow, I would cover this because obviously when you have a gorgeous piece of art like this, you don't want to cover it. So I wanted to go with a plain Jane one, and luckily this was the year they had no covers that were beautiful that I liked, so I went with yellow. And instead of covering it in vellum like I thought I would, or putting a collage on the inside of the plastic cover, I decided to use these. And these are just collage pictures that go on your wall. And these were the ones I didn't like because they didn't have like a gloss on them, so they were harder to wipe down if they got dirty or dusty or ugly. So I decided I was going to use these in my journals and planners. And so they fit nicely in here. Listen, your girl doesn't like to leave her hobbit hole, okay? It's not who I am with my anxiety disorder. It's just not who I am. But I like the idea of travel. So this one says Venice, and then you have this one on the back, which is beautiful. And I like pictures. I like art. I don't plan on traveling anytime soon to any of these places, but I like the idea of it. So last year I mentioned that I had this closure and it was fine. Like it wasn't that serious about taking it on and off. But this year I decided to go with this type of closure. This is actually a page holder and it just slips into the pocket of the plastic cover. And you can just hold whatever page you're on. And I've never owned one of these by Hobonichi before, so this is my first time. And I saw somebody use it to keep their book closed, and I thought, oh, that's genius. Now it does rub and kind of rip into the plastic here a little bit. So I just keep my pen here. And again, I have a place to put my pen, and then it's a little bit, it's better. I don't know. We'll see after a while if it starts to bug me and tear into this too much that I can't do it. But for right now, I'm going to try this as a closure before I go back to this one, which was just fine. I also know that there are people that purchase like this closure kit thing that you stick on the back and the front. I have no interest in buying that at this point, but that could be another option if you're looking for one. The pen that I'm going to be using for 2023 is the Pentel Energel Clinia in a 0.3. This dries super fast on this paper, and I really, really love it. And I just wanted something that was more permanent than the erasable friction pen. I'm used to erasing things, so we'll see how this goes. I might forget and try to erase it, and that'll be pretty funny. I also have a refill here. I had to go and check to make sure I had one because I'm not buying anything anytime soon, and I needed one to last me for at least a month or two before I decide to buy anything. So it's a go with the Energel in a 0.3. Okay, on to the inside of this guy. So in here, I just have stickers by Sterling Ink. These are freebies I wanted to use. They are the washi stickers, so they go on nice and clear, whether you have the white paper or the cream colored paper. This is a sticker or die cut? I can't remember. By Sterling Ink. It's beautiful. I like a little beautiful, but I'm trying to keep things simple and functional, so it's not as decorated as last year when I like cut and pasted in a bunch of pictures. These are clear stickers from Sweet Crest Designs. Again, I thought this was going to be self-care. I might move my self-care somewhere else, or I might just keep it in the back in the notes section. We'll see. I have some time. I'm decided I probably won't use this until January 1st. Then I have some white stickers because I'm trying to be less offended by these stickers. And again, these are self-care and for work stuff. So I thought like whenever I finish a nice chunk of work, like, you know, writing, I could mark that with some of these, including these stickers here. Aren't they cute? They're just little laptops. So I have those. And I find if I keep the stickers with me, I'm more likely to use them than if I have to like take them out of a box or something. It's just, the struggle is real. So here I have my inbox. I just thought this would be a nice place to go ahead and write notes quick and then, you know, decide whether I need to move those to a different place or not later. This washi, and I think all the washi in here is from Planner Monkey Co. And I did a haul on all of those. I just have a little bit of beautiful here. So this comes in a pack and you just tear off what you want to use. It's just a little ephemera, and I used a tape runner on the back to stick them on. More of that washi, and then I have a beautiful butterfly sticker, and this is again one of those washi stickers that blends in nicely. This page, I have my year at a glance, and I just went ahead and marked up here at the top with a little dot. This is the English version of the Mega Weeks, so you can see down here, obviously this was too dark, and I didn't think it was. Like the lid color was very light, and then when I put on there I was like, oh, and then I'd already done it, so I was like, there's no going back. But at least down here you can see in English what month it is anyway. More washi from Planner Monkey Co. And then of course this is the beautiful picture by Saul Leiter, and I can't remember what this one's called. Oh, it's on the back, thank goodness. Sidewalk. So this is also from 1950. Gorgeous. And I thought I'd use this in here just because it is the full length, so if you need to make a line all the way down, it works better than trying to use a shorter, like the Hobonichi Week stencil. I do carry it in here, and it's not long enough to do the whole page. On this side you have 2023, and I just covered this with one of those MU or Mew stickers. They're the ones that you just like slap down and they're rub-ons. Down here I just went ahead and covered where it says 2024, but I left this open. I thought I might do some tracking on here. I don't know what. You could certainly use different colors to track things. I'm just gonna leave it open, and I do have some time since I won't be using this until January 1st, and we're still in mid-December. Down here, I just covered where it says important dates. I thought I would put dates for when projects or important events are going to be due, which I haven't gotten to yet. Next page, I wanted to put my weight up here because they give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 spots up here. I think weighing yourself once a week is perfectly reasonable for me. It's more than I do now. Even if I did it once a month or every quarter, that's more than what I've done this year. So I think that this is nice. You can have 5 and then 2 extra if you need them. And then down here, I just like to keep deposits, withdrawals, or if I'm saving any money for something specific, I put it here. This is a freebie from the Planner Spot. Yes, I think so. So if you sign up to her newsletter, every month she sends you a code so that if there are new freebies for that month, you can access them. And she has, I think, a Monday start and a Sunday start for her freebies, which I really like. Yeah, so I have this in the center. So you have 6 months on one side, 6 months on the other. And I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning or not of this video. Yeah, I have gold Midori clips that I bought specifically for 2023, specifically for this planner, since it is yellow. I couldn't find them anywhere. I don't know if they fell like off the shelf behind the shelf, or I don't know. I have them somewhere. I'm pretty sure I bought them. I was like, I need to go back and watch that video because I'm pretty sure I bought them. They are missing. It is a locked door mystery, and I'm going to solve that today. So I wrote myself a little note to say, hey, don't forget to look for those, because they weren't in the usual places. So, here's December. Again, washi tapes from the same place, Planner Monkey Co. And God, I hope I'm saying that right. It looks like I have this tabbed twice, but this is to tab for here. And then as this moves throughout the months, it won't be on the same page. Again, I don't think I'm going to be moving in here until January, so this is all blank. I talked about how I accidentally cut these in half because the loopy words were a little hard. I didn't realize, and I peeled it, and I did it to a couple of them. So this one's slightly crooked, me trying to put it back together, which is pretty funny. So nothing on here, but they are all marked. I didn't do the last 3 months of 2024 because they give you 3 months after the year for forward planning. Of course, this started November 28th because you get that first week of December here. And I thought, oh, I might go back and, I don't know, use these as like a template page, practicing different layouts. Here's where we currently are, and I have a sticky note here. I usually use these for my reading, what I'm reading, so that if I don't finish it that week, I can just pick it up, pull it off, and put it on the next week, and it's stuff I don't have to rewrite. So anything I'm not sure of, something that might take more than a week, I usually keep on a sticky note. And I have my place where we are tabbed. What other tabs do I have here? This is where the notes section starts, so where you can do an index, which I never use, so I slightly covered it up. I left this open. I thought I might put some pictures throughout the year here instead of doing it ahead of time. I used some stickers. These are the stickers from Sweet Crest Designs. Yeah. So I have self-care here, and I just have them scattered throughout. I have workouts that I wanted to write down to try out, maybe 5 or 10 minute workouts, longer workouts, just simple things you can do. So like when I was having really bad back issues, it's gotten so much better. I used to do some exercises against the wall. So for people who can't find it hard to get on the ground or off of the ground when you're in a lot of pain, it's easier to do things against the wall. So I wanted to write some of those things down, especially to suggest to other people, habits. So I have all of those marked out, and currently I am using the A6. So this has been more of my long-term notes section. I need to start pulling from here because this is almost filled up, excuse me, and put them in here. Then where those end, I just have a piece of vellum by Sterling Ink because that finally came in. And I have it tabbed here as well. So this is just extra pages. I'm trying to decide whether I want to keep my food journal in here. I might be able to fit several days on a page, maybe a whole week. It just depends. Or if I'm going to do that in something else. So again, I have a few days to decide that. But I do have all of these pages mostly for lists and collections. Back here, I know people make this look pretty. I don't care. I was organizing my drawer because I had my Tombos put away in a box. I never used them. So I was like, I'm going to put them in my desk drawer, and I bought organizers for them. And I just started kind of swatching what was in each of the plastic containers, so I knew what colors were where. And I thought at some point I would go ahead and add some more pages to the back here for like fall colors, or just all of the pinks, or the more muted tones that I like that match together. Because I find that if I do stuff like this, I am more likely to use them. So yeah, that's what I did here in the back. I haven't covered this. Again, I thought this would be a nice page to put pictures as fun events happen for myself in the back. Water break. Okay, so my favorites. I don't always use these. I've had them, I think, before. So I went ahead and put each month on here, and there's enough for each month, and then 2 extras. So I put my favorites, and I figured at the end of the year, I would pick from all of these which were my favorites of everything on these 2. So this is just the stamp by Midori I've used in the past. I don't know where my monthly one is, but this is my daily one, and it already has like a little ink pad inside, and you can re-ink it, which is awesome. So I've used this all year round. I'm proud of myself. It's really awesome for the world's best stamper. So yeah, you have movies, books, music, places to eat, shopping, and then it has clapping, which I'm assuming is just performances, like plays and what have you. And then you have 1, 2, 3, and technically 4, even though these are in the way, 4 lines here. So for the most part, I don't do all of these things every single month. So I imagine movies, books, music, those are the 3 that I would probably write the most. And then the other 3 would be, you know, here and there. A little more sporadic. So if I just use 1 line for each of the 3, and then maybe one of these for the 4th, I think that I will do a pretty decent job of filling these up. I just have to remember to do it. So this is all set and ready for me to do that. This page is so cool, my 100s page, right? But I didn't even fill out mine. I forgot all about it and I never used it. So I thought maybe if I pre-write things down and check them off, that would work better than putting down my 100 favorite things of the year. So I have books/adaptations. So books that have been turned into movies or TV shows would go here. So these are some that I want to finish up at the beginning of the year because I didn't get them finished for 2022. I don't think I'll fit these ones in this year, even though we still have a few weeks left. I have movies and television, and I already have a list of this, so I just need to, again, once I'm done here, move things from in here over here. Then we have things to do. So down here I have a couple of trips that I want to do that are not too far because, you know, I'm just not a traveler, and other things that I want to do in 2023. And then I have my buy list and my shop list. So different shops that I want to shop at and things that I want to buy. These are more or less things that I have to find a reason, you know, why I need to buy them. I need to sit down and say, do you really need this thing, right? It's not everyday stuff because that list would be a lot longer. But these are things that are kind of like guilty pleasures. You know what I'm saying? So I've started those out and we'll see how that goes. My favorite things. So obviously this is something that you can do as the year goes on or at the end of the year. So this is just kind of sitting here. I've never had this list before. This is the first time they've had English for the Hobonichi weeks, so this might be a first time list, I'm pretty sure. I thought that after I read this, because I haven't gotten that together, I'd start putting washi tape across this because I probably won't need it anymore. I started washi tape here and I left this page and this page for washi tape and stickers from Happy Mail. This, for me, I need some ideas. So if you've used this in the past or you have ideas for this year, please leave something down below for me because I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I would do here other than, you know, check off the days so that I would know how many days are left in the year. But I feel like you can Google that. So I don't know I'm not the best at tracking things. And I'm not going to read that many books. I'm not going to lose that many pounds. So I don't really know. At the back, I thought I would put a quote here, but I couldn't think of one that I really wanted to put in here, so not right now. I just went ahead and put a sticky note because I thought, well, maybe it'd be cool just to write down different quotes, whether it's from movies, TV shows, books, just from people in general, and put them here so that they could make me laugh or even smile. In the back, I have my Hobonichi stencil. I love this little guy, but like I mentioned, you can't make a line from the top to the bottom with it, and that's why I like the writing board the best. But if ever I need to do dates or anything, I love how small and tiny these numbers are, and I use them in pretty much every planner that I've ever had. And again, we have this guy, this page holder in this plastic pocket back here. I don't use the pen loop because it's stupid and oddly sized, so I always keep it closed. These are just little samplers from Planner Monkey Co. If you spent more than $50, you get this one, and then this one just comes with your order. I put these back here in case I wanted to keep a daily food journal, and I thought, I'm not going to get it together to stencil out or write out the date, and I want it to be more uniform looking. I would use these stickers. They're pretty teeny tiny. See how they fit in the corner just there? So they don't take up much space, especially if I wanted to keep like maybe 4 or 5 days to a page. You certainly could do so. Let me show you. Yeah, they definitely fit within these lines of the weekly. So you could put 7 days onto a page using these if you wanted to. I also think I'm going to be using this in my writing bullet journal because I'm trying to write just a little bit every single day on top of typing up all of my novels. And that is everything that I have in here, you guys. So my plans are an everyday carry and then keeping collections and notes in the back here. Okay, I think my camera just said shut the hell up and finish because it cut me off. All right, so that's all, folks. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.